you ready? Okay, thank you. All right, Noreen, would you please do roll call attendance for the Tuesday, April 16th, 2024 Town of Monroe Planning Board regular meeting?
Bonnie Franson.
Aye.
Jeff Manson.
Aye.
Pat Shea.
Aye.
Dylan Penn is out. Lou Rivera.
Aye.
And Robert Garstack is out. Lou is covering for Dylan Penn this evening.
So with that, we have a quorum. I'd like to point out the fire exits. There are the two exits that are in front of me. The one main entrance into the building, the primary entrance, and then another one out to the patio. With that, could we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag. Okay, before we start with the projects, I have a couple of housekeeping items. One is that it is Noreen's birthday, so we're going to have to sing happy birthday.
Oh, you don't have.
So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Noreen.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Yay! So now it's recorded for posterity.
I'm sorry.
It's recorded for posterity.
Great.
The other item is I've been told that we're not supposed to be using the back entrances.
Okay.
So we need to keep those closed and we need to go through the main entrance.
Okay.
All right, so with that, first item on the agenda, returning project is 24 Raywood LLC. Is there someone here representing the project? Make sure you turn your mic on.
Right on top.
Pull it toward you. There's a switch.
Hi.
Thank you.
Thank
Hi,
you.
good evening. My name is Yitzchak Stein from Ideal Design, came to represent my customer, 24 Raywood. We were here last time, and we had a bunch of comments to address. And we did update, I can say in short, basically we did update the site plan, the typo errors, the driveway clarified and narrowed down, the tree plan updated with access as requested. The well locations of all surrounding 200 feet properties were located on the updated site plan. The well test was signed and certified by the engineer. And then we had the perk test done with observation of the town on March 27. We had the visit from the town engineer, Sean, and the highway superintendent, the town supervisor together, and that was on March 22 regarding the curb cut, and it was approved. Basically, we submitted the approval. The Shupor exemption was submitted. There was a comment about the sewer district map that we did provide, showing that the property is in the sewer district. And then we updated the plans, provided signed and sealed plans by the licensed professional. The bedroom count was clarified and updated as discussed last meeting. And now we came to, so we submitted updated the elevation and the renderings and the materials and everything, and we're here to discuss.
So with that, I will turn to our engineer. Sean, did you have comments on this one?
Yes, I do. So, yes, agreed. We did witness the deep pit and percolation tests for the septic testing on March 27th. We had no issues with that. One item remaining for the septic is that the applicant's engineer has to provide a letter certifying that the design is adequate, and that's actually pursuant to the two-family overlay district, that has to be provided pursuant to that zoning section. The applicant can disregard my comment 5 with regards to the well testing. I had missed that, and I just found it in what was submitted, so that can be disregarded. Previously, the parking had been proposed partially within the front yard setback. That's been removed. However, the two-family overlay district special permit criteria restricts the width of the driveway to 24 feet within the front yard setback. So that'll have to be addressed.
So it's this, oop. So right here is a setback, so it's this piece that's in here?
Yep.
Okay. So that has to be narrowed, but that's going to be problematic because he's trying to get access to both parking spaces here. Unless somehow it comes in at more at an angle, but that'd be kind of odd.
There is a horseshoe driveway there now. Perhaps it could be 2 separate driveways. Single driveway.
Thing I can think of is if it comes in more of an angled way. If you have one come in this way where this goes this way, and then it's just a driveway that way.
Yeah, it was difficult designing the driveway, and we understood that we should do one driveway. So the question is, so it's very difficult. The question is this something that can somehow be exempt or waived or something?
Waived, but it would require a variance from the ZBA, so they could seek a variance.
Because really, we looked at it as like not part of the driveway. It's like part of the. We can find a space where it's more than 24, of course, if we go on a 45-degree angle. But if we look at it like we have the driveway and then we have the back in, back out area. It's like.
So I think the question or what you're expressing is that the driveway proper, or is that the parking area, maneuvering area? And that's an interpretation question, maybe that the building inspector has to weigh in on, rather than a variance.
Another idea is the geometry of the houses. Could the right unit be turned 90 degrees? I don't know if that can fit within the setbacks, but
Yeah.
Down to the clockwise. Shifted further down.
This piece of the building weren't here, and you come straight in.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah,
This-
it won't fit.
This little nook, what is that there? That's your bedrooms.
So-
Oops. Because that's this piece right in here.
So basically, another option is to do 2 separate driveways. Is that a good option?
Actually, the applicant asked about 2 separate driveways, I think.
Regulations require it to be a single driveway. It says a continuous circular driveway may be permitted as long as the driveway is accessible at all points to both units. So I don't
So-
know if there's a way to,
Is there a way to keep this here and bring it around like that?
No,
I
this
think
is
unless you
permitted.
move the location of the parking spots, I think you're gonna have the same issue.
It can be 2 entrances, but it shouldn't. It should be connected.
Turn the parking spots that are perpendicular to the road, we'll call it. And you had a horseshoe, yep, if you turn those 90 degrees and have a driveway, you might be,
So I wonder if you could put them over in here?
Not enough room
Not
after
enough
the
room in there?
setback.
Oh, yeah, right,
So
with
it's got-
this.
They've got to be in that corner one way or the other, whether you're coming in from,
So it's a two-family, right?
That's correct,
Is
yes.
there any way just to put the 4 right in here? Or put 2 and 2 there, you know, and then just have a walkway here? Or is it a big problem? We're just trying to solve
Yeah,
your,
since it's two different owners, they
You want
want to
them-
drive closer by.
yeah.
So the question is why we're not looking at it as a, like I said, it's a driveway and then it's divided to 2 different parkings. It's like not part of the driveway, it's part of the parking maneuvering.
So I guess right here, though, you're driving, so it kind of is part.
could always be referred to Ben for interpretation, whether or not he agrees with your, with your conclusion or not.
So let me ask you this, because see this, how it's got jogs, right? That's not reflected, I don't think. That looks different. That's a different footprint.
No, the jogs are on the left one.
On over here?
Yeah.
would you be able to take the unit that's, as we're looking at it, on the right, and slide that back a little? That way you could do the,
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's,
that way
That's
you
the
would,
front.
you would
Jeff,
push that corner back.
Jeff, it's right up against the
It's right up against the
side yard
Oh,
setback.
it is, okay, yep, I see.
So that's how it appears from the street. And that is a bedroom. Because if this wasn't here, you could park right in there, if you had this jog. Are you able to do anything there as far as putting the bedroom somewhere else?
I'll need to discuss it with the customer, but
We're
I doubt-
hoping to move this forward tonight, I think.
yeah, the question is if we can, if we make a more a sharp turn going to the left side parking.
If you came in more like this,
No, so we made a nice curved parking, like going in. This is why we have
like
this
this?
issue. Can I go to the screen?
Yeah, sure, please.
Bring the mic with you.
Take a mic with you, please.
So, since we're having a straighter line over here, and we're having more a curved line over here. The question is if we straighten it more out and we make more a straighter line over here, this shouldn't be as wide as it is. So then it's fully divided. So this is a straight driveway, and this is the parking area, and this is the parking area.
But I think if you do that, you're not going to have enough aisle space to get into the parking lot. So in other words, if you don't have this, there's not enough room to put the car through here.
Yeah, we'll make it as much as possible. It should be, and we can add another turnaround over here, a back out over here. We can add a back out over here, and then this should be only like 9 feet wide, like wide as a driveway, as a car parking. So it's straightened out. Then we have the driveway that is less than 24 feet, and we have the parking.
I was wondering whether you could go this way, then you have your driveway, and then come back out, and you have your 2 spaces.
So is that okay? If we can do that, is that okay?
You're allowed circular.
You're allowed a single continuous circular driveway.
You're allowed a circular driveway.
Okay, we might want, yeah, all right.
Want to consider,
Or-
is your client here?
Yes.
Do you,
Oh, can he-
what do you think about, can you show us, just point it
Need the
out to
mic.
us? And you need a mic. Thank you.
Can I have his name?
Hannah Fireworker. So let's say you take the PS4 and you put it right over here next to PS1, so PS3 can be moved right to the corner. So the reason is why we had to push it in, because we want to be in the
That's the nook of where your stairwell is.
right. So if we do have like room to move it right almost over till here. So if we have 3 here, we can bring that driveway in. We can almost go straight like that with a smaller, very narrow driveway.
Just bring the driveway over so you can come straight into it?
Correct. Straight
Just
into
move-
that, and just turn into that parking.
But if you have 3 wide, I think you're going to need more than 24 feet to maneuver into each of the 3 parking spaces.
So
Yeah,
the-
and where you're talking about, the setback's getting even closer to the
Closer.
building.
no.
and-
So the point is like taking this same driveway, not putting it over here, rather just a straight line till here, and not a straight line like not wide, and then just a turn in to that side, a small turn in, like after that, almost after the setback.
I don't know if that's going to work as far as the setback is concerned.
If it's still here.
I think the thing that will work with that layout is, because those are big houses, and unless you could push it farther back, there's limitations because of the setbacks and the septic and everything else, would be to put something circular in, or put all the, parking on one side, or get a variance. But
Right.
I think the circular seems to me like you have one coming in, one going out, and then,
Keep the existing.
yeah, just keep the existing. It would be in front of that stairwell. You could then it's a drive, but it'll be a narrower drive, and then you get into the parking spaces, and then you can get into the other 2 parking spaces and exit out. I think that works.
Makes sense.
I think that's a good idea.
Sure. Thank you.
So, getting back to comments.
So I did meet with Pat Patterson out at the site. He did not have any objection to the proposed curb cut location. I will revisit it with him when we get the revise, if 2 curb cuts is proposed. Had a couple comments on construction details for the driveways. Had a few comments on the tree plan. 8 are proposed to be taken down. I'm not sure if you were aware of the code that the owner will have to pay a fee per tree. I didn't know if you wanted to consider planting as part of the project in order to offset that fee.
Yeah, so my customer decided to pay the fee.
Okay.
They will do landscaping, but they don't want to,
Trees in?
yeah, they don't want to be busy with the town.
If
Whatever.
you- If you put trees in, it's less money, but it's up to you. Bonding?
For the tree law, for compliance with the tree plan, there is a bond.
Can it be cash released? Does it say surety, or? I was going to
Requires
say, if it's,
performance bonding, letters of credit, and/or cash bond to ensure compliance with the approved tree plan.
so cash bond, is that the same as cash? So, as an option to you, because of not having to set up a bond, if you wanted to provide X dollars in cash, and then for every tree that you plant, you get the money back. That would be an option too. So then you don't have to do the bonding and all that other stuff.
All right.
If you're going to plant trees, they'll have to be identified on the site plan, so you'll know that amount beforehand.
And then I had 2 comments on 2 trees that I think additionally will have to be removed. I don't know if you want to walk through it or if you want to.
Which one?
If you wanted to walk through it on the plans.
The renderings,
Nope, the plans.
plan set,
On the
Yep.
side.
okay?
So for unit 1 sidewalk, there's a 28-inch locust. I'm thinking that'll have to be removed for the grading.
And if they put in this, that's the one downside of putting in the circular, is you might lose some trees. But depending on how shallow it is, I guess.
Unit 1, right one, see the sidewalk up the page? Right there, that tree.
I mean, if there's a way to save, although I don't know what condition it's in.
One more to the rear of unit 2. I think that was next to the septic system.
And this, for this,
Not the exist,
over here maybe?
an 8-inch.
Over here? Septic, 1210.
To the left of the field?
Are you talking about the two right behind the deck?
Oh, yes, excuse me, in the deck.
That one's pretty close.
Right.
This one, maybe not, but that one looks like it's really close, unless you're gonna somehow keep it.
That was it for the tree plan. Then with regards to the architectural renderings, this was just really a question whether or not the vertical board and batten siding would be the same color as the vinyl. That's what's currently proposed. I didn't know if the board wanted to see variation in.
This, what are your materials that are proposed?
Yeah, we have the material list.
Vinyl horizontal.
Yeah, it's some different type
That
of
was on
siding.
the medical office, didn't they do
yeah,
up and down
Vinyl on
vinyl?
this.
I
Yeah.
actually brought along some better resolution.
Okay.
If you let me give
Sure.
it out.
They were emailed to you this afternoon.
Yeah, you had
You had said
the
those-
latest. Here, I'll, like hydrangeas. Now I'm gonna visit. I love hydrangeas. You know where they have a lot of hydrangeas? In Brooklyn. In Park Slope, I think. Like, everybody put in hydrangeas. There's this one neighborhood. So the question is this all one color? And what color is it?
So the horizontal siding is the color snow.
Oak?
Snow.
Oh, snow, okay.
Yeah. And the vertical siding is also the color snow, yes. That was
All right.
proposed by the designer.
Okay.
So we could see a nice difference with the material type.
So, how does the applicant feel about those colors?
Yeah, so they they like it. The customer likes it, and I saw on the same road we have a couple of white projects over there. Actually, the big project over there, the attached 4 units, they are white, and yeah, this is a color that was used on that road, on Raywood Drive, actually.
So this house isn't visible from anywhere, right? It's just on Raywood, it's not like it's seen from, so
Kind of the whole.
yeah, I don't feel strongly about the colors, given where it is.
And then, just for
I don't
clarity,
know if the other board members, do you have any preferences for colors? Doesn't matter?
I mean, no, I'm comfortable if that's what the applicant is looking for. I did think about, like, for the vertical being maybe a different color, just to break it up. It's quite a long frontage. But I've also noticed that lately, there's a tendency for all white homes. So I'm seeing that more and more.
Yeah, it's more a modern style nowadays, yeah.
Like you're in the Mediterranean.
Huh?
Like in Israel,
I like the,
you know, with the white colors and the bright colors.
Yeah, right.
I like the multiple roof lines, and I like the accent color of that in particular.
I like the black, I like the, you know, I guess for me, I could see you putting more materials in, like maybe stone at the bottom, or not, maybe it's like a base, but, you know, I don't feel strongly. I could see other things, but you know, but also your client wants a particular aesthetic, so, and I don't
Well,
think
and Raywood's,
already,
well, I mean, it's a dead-end road. There's not
not
a lot
visible,
of
right.
traffic along that road. It's a fairly quiet street.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a major issue there.
at the architecture?
No, it's a very modern look. It's clean. I like the color. I like the contrast, the black and the white. I like the way it looks.
Okay.
and then points of clarity on the architecturals for the color and type of decks and railings, and the type and color of the doors that are proposed. And then with regard to the rendering that was just submitted, keep in mind, this doesn't include the location of the driveway and the parking spots.
No, that's-
And there was not a landscaping plan submitted, so if the board would like to see any of the landscaping that's shown, a landscaping plan should be submitted.
Are you doing landscaping in front? Are you doing lawn? What are you thinking?
Did not discuss it yet.
I mean, at a minimum, it has to be lawn.
Yeah,
It
of
can't be
course,
dirt.
of course.
We'll definitely have, the only thing is if we should have it on the plan, it would be, I mean, we thought it would be easier just to do whatever the designer will tell us to do, we'll definitely have.
Do we have to have landscaping for the two-family, or not really?
So under your general site plan, any proposed landscaping, you do have, there's not a separate requirement under the two-family, but there is the requirement for protection of the woodland character in the first 50% of the required front yard. So to limit trees in the front.
So it does require trees in the front? Or not really?
It says, except as necessary to provide a driveway and utility connections, there shall be no grading or removal of natural vegetation for the first 50% of the required front yard closest to the front lot line. The planning board may require reasonable assurances, including a landscape plan, conservation easement, or other assurances to maintain the woodland character of the area in the town. So there is that landscaping element to
Yeah, but
offset.
maybe it's only applicable when you remove trees in the first 50% of the front yard. So
Well-
over here, we're not removing from the first,
Otherwise, to maintain the woodland character of the area.
I think you're some trees, so the question is whether there'll be more trees.
Yeah.
Just wondering if this,
so that's a question. If the board,
someone open the door?
is the board requiring, so.
Door locked in the front right now? Because the court
Another
was in.
court?
Was the door locked? No, the one in the
Front
front.
door.
Oh, okay. Are you looking for court? Yeah, come on up. We're in the planning board. This is the planning board meeting. So you go out through these doors. Go through these
You
doors.
go through here.
Yeah, go through these doors. No, no worries. So go through the doors and make a right. Unless there's someone in trouble here. Oh, you're welcome. Okay. Yeah, come on up. You can sit up here.
Yeah, just sit.
So the code, you are required to have a landscape plan under section 5721.5. So there's waivers for where existing topography or vegetation or other circumstances provide adequate landscaping or screening and warrants an exception to the strict application of that standard. Landscaping.
Plan.
So if I may add, we will do landscaping, and if the board wants us to provide something, we have no issues whatsoever to provide something, because we will do, I mean, we always have, this, like, we will not let stones or whatever.
Right.
We'll have grass and some trees, whatever we have to do.
So let's do this. Let's get Ashley's comments. Do we have to have a public hearing? Okay, so that hasn't happened yet. All right, so we're not going to make decisions tonight. Okay, all right. So this is something we can finalize between now and the public hearing. In the best of all worlds, everything will get finalized. We can do a public hearing next month, and then if it's closed, we could make a decision. So, so work on the landscaping and work on the, whatever, we've requested. So Ashley, comments?
A couple additional, there's some standard tree plan notes, so I think you discussed you might be adding some trees, so those will have to, those map notes will have to be added. The tree plan also needs to be referred to the MCC, and they have 30, I believe it's 32 days. So I don't know if you're going to be requiring removal of more trees based on the driveway change. If in that case, you would want to submit the revised plan and then get that to the MCC. Otherwise, this current plan should be referred. That way, they have their 32 days to review it. And I think that does require a public hearing, and because of the proximity to the town of Palmdry and possibly the village of Kirisjul, both of those municipalities will need to get notice, the public hearing notice sent to them.
Jeff, do you have comments?
No, thank you.
Pat?
No.
Lou?
No.
All right, so if you could resubmit, as soon as you can with the changes, decide how you're going to deal with the driveway. Put whatever trees you're going to install or take away, make sure that it's clear. As soon as you get those in, we'll submit it to, there's a conservation commission that reviews the plan, the tree plan, so we have to get it to them for comments. And so in terms of next items, we can schedule a public hearing?
Schedule a public hearing.
Okay. So I'll make a motion that we schedule a public hearing for this application. May I have a second?
Second.
For 6:30 or as soon
Meeting
thereafter?
on the May 21st at 6:30, or as soon thereafter, as it can be heard.
So May 21st, 6:30 or soon thereafter. Did someone second?
Second.
Pat seconded? Yes.
Jeff Manson,
Aye.
Bonnie Franson,
Aye.
Pat Shea.
Aye.
Aye.
Did this have to go to the county or no? It does not. Okay. Any other actions we have to? Okay. All right.
Thank you so much.
So.
It is a type 2 action. I don't have in my, I think Sean's memo said you previously typed it, but
I know single families are or two families? Okay.
1, 2, or 3.
1, 2, or 3? Okay. So if you want to communicate directly with Sean, just to make sure that the driveway's in order, please do. So we can get things arranged so that the next meeting, hopefully we could take action.
All right, sounds
Also, if the architectural plans, it was one of Sean's comments, but anything that wasn't labeled, so I think the doors, the others, any colors and materials that aren't labeled on that plan, to add those.
good. Add the labels, okay?
Okay?
Yeah,
Sure. Thank you so much.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, have a good night.
Two. All right, next item on the agenda is a new project, James Connolly. I have these plans under a different name,
21 Forest Ave?
21 Forest. I have 21 Front Street.
Yeah,
Or maybe it's Front Street. Yeah, sorry, it's Front Street.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I just had the comments, but I didn't have the plans.
I wrote,
Oh, on the, yeah, on the agenda
I
it
just
says
saw it,
Forest.
it says, I'm so used to Forest, I didn't realize I wrote that.
Okay,
It should be front.
okay.
No, there should have been,
Well,
With
do you
his
have the plans?
packet.
Were they digital?
I'll mail
I have
you
a hard
the,
copy.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to email me the electronic version so I can get it up on the screen. Hang on a second and then we can bring that up. Because you're all a day away from your next birthday, which is a biggie.
yes, it is.
I had my biggie.
get to sing to you.
That's okay.
Payback.
Another planning board did, so.
Okay, well, as long as you weren't
Did that go through, Ash? Send it?
scared on my end.
Oh, okay, here we go. All right, if you'd introduce yourselves and then describe what you're proposing to do?
My name is Richard Krogan. I'm the attorney.
James Dillon, land surveyor.
Sorry, I didn't catch your last name? James?
Dillon.
James Dillon.
You could put junior, because there's senior.
So,
Okay.
If
What
you-
we're,
is that on your
oh, I
mic?
don't know.
Just make sure it's pulled up the button on the top and then pull it closer to you. Okay.
Just pull it close to you.
Yeah, just closer to
Hello?
you. Look, it seems to be on, but you
Okay.
just need to pull it closer to you.
We're proposing a lot line change for our client, James Conley. He has an existing 3/10 of an acre property, and there's a few encroachments here, and he's worked with the neighbor, Round Hill Realty, to obtain 1/10 of an acre to add on to his property, which is labeled as parcel A on the map, which brings that to just 4/10 of an acre of property in total.
So overall, you're pulling from a 71.5 acre lot to add a little 1/10 of an acre to
Correct.
the .3?
Correct.
Okay.
Now, by doing this, this also makes our bulk requirements more conforming, as if you can see on our table.
And it doesn't create any non-compliance with the other lot, I assume, given the size?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 71-acre parcel.
And then is the purpose just to make sure that all the improvements are on the lot?
Yeah, and meet setback requirements.
And this is an existing dwelling?
It is.
Okay, so the way it looks, it was sitting practically on the other lot then?
Yes,
Okay. And the garage was on the other lot?
yes.
Okay. Not a good situation. All right. All right, Sean, do you want to go through your comments?
Sure. So the comment one, I noted that the lot 1631, which is the small lot, is in the R15 zoning district, and the larger lot, is in the RR1. The RR1 does have a piece within the Ridgeline Preservation Overlay District, but it's not near where this lot line change is occurring. Ashley and I were actually just discussing, obviously a portion of the lot that's being transferred is in the RR1. Maybe we should just get I don't think it would affect the dimensions for the bulk table because all the improvements, in my opinion, earth. I think the bulk table as provided is adequate. Although there were, sorry, do you have a question, Bonnie?
I was just gonna, is this part of the property too, the dock? Or no, that's
Part of neither,
part of neither?
neither.
I think, are there some stairs on the,
Yeah, right here, it
Parcel.
looks like there's stairs. But there's also a driveway going down that, but I don't know that that's part of it.
Those were the existing conditions when we did the land survey.
So it appears based on the lines that are shown, the stairs are on the larger lot, 40?
Correct.
is that what it would, they'd be stairs or steps?
There's steps, there's stone steps into a
Dock.
woodland and lawn area.
But is this their dock? Or whose dock is this?
This dock, yes, it was,
It's
the
this,
property, the property that we're doing did use that dock, yes. That was part of what, where they put the dock originally.
okay, so is there any reason why they're not doing a lot line change to capture the dock too?
Well, the dock's on neither property. It's on Round Lake.
I think our dock law, it seems kind of silly not to add that. But I know there's a
We
probably
really
cost.
can't. We can't. It's not our boundary.
No, but if they're making a decision to do this lot line revision, it would be useful if their access is on the parcel, because the stairs and other things to get to the dock are still affiliated with this house, right?
They can actually access from the shed in the rear onto the beach and go to the dock. This is the agreement between the two,
Oh,
the
there's
two
an
owners where this line is set. We've had a lot of different plans, Lance, but they agreed that.
Do they have an easement, or do they have,
No,
when you
they
say
don't need-
agreement?
They don't need an easement. They
It's
can
ju-
access it right from their property, right onto the beach. I mean,
Okay,
maybe they, I'm not sure if they can move the dock over more or whatever.
Oh, I see, so that beach
right, and
on either property,
Right.
and that's,
That's on Round Lake.
is this actually surveyed? Do we know this is a fact?
Yes. Yes.
to clarify again, so that was, you said a stone wall and stone stairs on that lot?
Yes. Those were, yep, existing stairs.
Why don't you go through the rest of your comments and we can revisit this?
Second comment was with regards to, bulk table didn't provide the lot coverage in the max height of the structure. Those are existing, that ought to be added. And then, for the existing lot topography should be added because the lot area is dependent on reducing or deducting steep slopes from the lot area calculation.
So you're requiring a topography?
Topography should,
Under the lot line change law as well, that it allows the board to approve this as a true lot line change rather than a subdivision. One of the requirements is though to show the topography.
Okay. I
otherwise,
mean, the existing lot coverage is already,
right.
there, and it's actually doesn't even have, the lot's under pre-existing square footage. So I don't know why topography would.
Truly reflect the lot area, proposed condition.
As per our regulations.
Okay. All right. It's just flat land. It's flat.
Note in the table, that it's pre-existing, non-conforming.
Yeah, because the lot's flat.
It shouldn't be an issue. Otherwise, I just had procedural items to go over with Ashley, so.
Ashley?
This would be type 2 action under seeker, and it is not required to be referred to the county under GML. And proceeding as a lot line change, it does not require a public hearing. Couple things, we would need an updated owner's endorsement from the LLC owner. The form just wasn't filled out correctly. So it had said it needs to say the name of the individual signing and then note their official title in the LLC.
He's actually here.
That's great. We'll need the form. And my other comment was about the topography, so that's required under the lot line change provisions. It needs to show the proposed change in the lot line, the topography of the property to which the resulting land is being added or deleted, and a notation that the area of land created is to become part of an adjacent lot. I'd also ask that you label those, existing stairs and stone wall on that larger parcel. And then I had a question of how that larger parcel is accessed. So it looks like there's that interlocking.
I think it's coming off of over
Road.
here. It
Is
looks
there an
like.
existing, is there a driveway? So that splits it, but is that property accessed, or I guess it has frontage on?
There will be an easement to the neighbor through the property.
I think there is, where the
They
access
currently
is
have
currently.
access. If you look where,
So right now, this is the parcel. They have access from here. It looks like they have frontage over here. Off of Cromwell. They have a flag entry on Cromwell. And then
Yeah, there's three access.
there's this, although this
Yeah.
looks suboptimal. And then I don't know if this is access or not. And then it looks like they're fronting on Front Street
no longer going to be, I think it's
from
Interlochen
Interlochen.
Parkway.
So
That one they'll still front on. But my question was whether there is any existing drive or any way for vehicles to get there currently? Okay.
yeah, I think it's
But
still.
it does have that frontage.
Yeah, I think it has this frontage on here, on Cromwell over here as well.
That was, the board was prepared to action. I drafted a proposed resolution. We'll have to modify some of these conditions based on what we discussed this evening, but
I just wanted one clarification. You said there was going to be a proposed easement for access?
Through,
Is it for the
I think it was for pedestrian.
yes.
pedestrian? Yeah, I think it's showing up right here.
I just wanted to make sure that there was no proposed lot one. That would also have to be factored into the lot area calculation.
Pedestrian access in favor of Lot 2. But doesn't Lot 2, isn't this part of Lot 2 still?
Okay. For
We-
the calculation.
You
Yeah,
need
we
that
will
easement?
clarify where this easement's going to be exactly, and if
Yeah.
we have to put it into the calculation for lot one, we will.
Well, it looks like there's an easement for lot two over lot two, right?
Well, it's
That's
saying
an
proposed
existing-
easement along southwesterly boundary line of Lot 1 in favor of Lot 2. So it sounds like it's to let Lot 2 get access over Lot 1, right?
Correct.
And then it said note 4, pedestrian non-vehicular access in favor of Lot 2.
Leader is shown,
Just the way the words
Well,
pointed.
the leader was pointed there because of the bearing on the line.
sorry?
There's a bearing and distance on that property line. I think it's short of, that's why I didn't go into that. It's along the property line, the boundary.
Inside lot one?
No,
What-
no, we're saying in this note, it's along that
Closer to your
property
mic.
line right now. It's not defined yet. We gotta define it more. It's generally, what we're saying is it's along that property line.
My point is, I think you're putting an easement over the property that lot two already controls, so I don't think there's a need for that easement.
Yeah, the way you're showing it, so you already have access to Front Street, why would you need to put a pedestrian easement over
I
lot
think we
one?
didn't have the easement
Huh?
clarified yet. We didn't know exactly where they wanted the easement and how they wanted to show it on lot one.
Is it going to be
wanna
on
come
lot
up?
one between the front property line and the garage?
So,
Yes.
Mr. Brock, you want to,
So I think it's going to be like,
Joel Mann, representing the other property, the Round Hill LLC. So the reason for that easement is just simple.
We show
I
that, this.
oh, you want me to,
if you wanna
hold on a
bring up
second.
the-
Garages.
Yep, yep.
So
Hang on.
basically, to make a short history on this, the previous owner, we had already this problem. He had a violation with the building inspector. We don't know exactly the history of this garage. Jim Connolly did anything wrong. He purchased the property, and after that, find out that there is an issue here. So we are dealing with him and trying to resolve this together. So that's the reason that we are doing the lot line change to accommodate so he can enjoy the property the way it is. But there's partners there that didn't want to give away too much, so we made the boundary till we want to give it away. So if you move it a little bit more up, there is a little bit, so where the stairs are. So this edge of lawn, there is still a lawn area. It's a beautiful area, and the part is well drinking.
And
In
the lawn,
summertime,
and the lawn area is being used,
it's being
by
it
lot
will stay
one.
now. It's being used by lot one, but now, as the deal is, he's going to put a fence at the stone wall,
okay?
and that will be the boundary of lot one. He will not use any more than the edge of the stone wall.
That stone wall's proposed?
Stone wall is existing.
Existing, okay, so
Yes.
that's going to be stone wall's existing, and he won't go beyond that anymore?
Going go around that, that's
Okay.
part of the deal. He needs to build a fence there. So what the partners came up, that if there's a nice lawn here, let's use it somehow. If someone wants to come over, just sit there for an hour or two, nothing major.
Oh.
We don't have comfortable access along Front Street unless we cut trees and build a road in, and no one wants to get into that. If you go on Front Street on Google Maps, you will see there is a county easement. There's a pump station just at the corner of the property.
Right here.
So they're right there. It's impossible to walk through there. It's heavily wooded. There's a stream crossing there. So that's part of the deal that we did, is that we can walk through. It's technically like a floating easement to walk through his property and not open to the public. Just one of the partners can go through there and if they want to use it. Nothing major.
So can I ask you, because this is your property all in here too,
Yes.
there's a stream here, it looks like,
Yes, but
right? Is that a
Right.
stream?
that's a stream, right?
All right, so that stream, where is it going once it hits
It's
this?
piped there, and then it crosses over here on the right side of 21 Front Street. It goes into the lake.
It's going into Lake here.
Yes, yes.
So then, basically, you can get onto the property around the pump station.
If you will go there, you will understand. You will see it. It's very heavily vegetated there. If
do you-
we want to do it, we need to spend some money. We didn't want to touch anything there.
Is it wetland there, or it's just wooded?
It's heavily wooded. It's
Heavily
not
wooded?
wetland. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a matter between the two parties, whether they want to have an easement.
But it affects the lot area calculation.
Okay.
And it'll need to be shown too on the map that's ultimately going to be filed with the county, so is it along that boundary?
It's basically, it's more a
leading to
floating,
the
it's
stairs?
not dedicated, it's more like a floating easement, like through the property we can walk through. It's not going to be a meets and bounds description, and it has an expiration date.
It has a meets and bounds, or it doesn't?
No,
have-
it doesn't have a meets and bounds description, and it will have expiration date, like I think 5 years, 10 years, I don't remember, we need to look at it.
I think that's not a great idea, because a floating easement for pedestrian access, just from my perspective,
went-
and I understand that there's a
Understand.
benefit, being given to be able to have the land on which a garage and everything else was built.
Yeah.
But, you know, what if someone decides they're gonna go through the front yard, or they're going to, you know, and maybe it's controlled, but I would think there's a way to maybe define the location a little bit better?
It's, okay, so originally, we want to do it just next to the lot line, but here is the same problem. Just next to the lot line is also heavily vegetated. There's no trees, but there's a lot of vegetation. Who wants to clear vegetation when it's nice there? And so that's the reason we made it like kind of floating, but again, we went a long history till I got all the parties to that deal, and so we can resolve this issue, so.
Did you say there was a violation here at all on this property, or no? I thought I heard violation
Yes, for the garage.
The garage.
for the garage, but,
And that's why we had to expand out over there.
okay. But, so who issued the violation? Our building inspector?
Yes.
And the violation was because the garage was not on
our
this lot?
parcel.
Okay.
So we both got a violation.
Oh, you got one too?
Yes. So I wanted to take it off, and he came to me. I don't want you to take it off. Sell me this portion of property. So here we started negotiations. So
Okay.
at first we were discussing about an easement, but at the end of the day, it was for everyone's benefit to make a lot line change.
So how would someone get to that area on this parcel? If I want to go into the lawn area and I'm not the owner of Lot
It's
1?
basically you come in from the entrance, just in front of the shed. You make a left and you go through the garage, probably right there. You can walk to here. There is no wall. The grade is flat at the first couple of feet. So technically, the easement will more be in the new annex lot, let's call it, the new created area, not on the existing lot 1.
But there's a gate here, it says.
Yes.
Is there a fence here, or they can get around that?
It's a front fence. It's not open to the public. So we are about negotiating. We'll touch base about it. So
But in other words, this is a gate. Is there additional fence?
everything is fenced off the front. I
All
believe.
of this is fenced?
I think so.
So somehow, if someone wants to get access here, they have to go through this gate because there's a
Exactly.
fence.
Yes.
So, again, I guess it's what, if anything, has to be shown? And, you know,
Usually you would show, you know, it would be delineated on the plan, the actual location of the easement, and, you know, for purposes of filing with the county and to be valid, I don't think the county would have, I would think it'd be unlikely for the county to accept anything like a floating type of easement unless it's essentially identifying the meets and bounds in some respect, whether it's over the whole lot for, you know, pedestrian access or over this delineated portion of the lot for pedestrian access.
so here's my feeling. I'd rather there be no easement shown on this. All we're approving is a lot line adjustment. If they want to have a private agreement between the two of them, I don't know that we want to be a party to that, showing it on the map, because I just don't think it's a great idea.
Especially a temporary one.
Something that's temporary, something that's floating, and if it's on a map that we approve, it looks like we said, oh, this is okay. And I don't think this is to resolve your issues.
Yeah, I think that would make sense for them to deal with that privately outside of this.
Yeah, that's my sense, but,
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
yeah. Pat, Lou?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, so I think we don't, that's your,
It makes sense. We'll work it out.
yeah.
So.
So we don't need to see any easement, that's between you all. As far as we're concerned, you're just adding land to capture the garage and, you know, up to the stone wall essentially. And whether you guys have access to the lawn area, who has that, we're not gonna worry about that.
So we'll take the note off the map.
Yeah, yeah, and there's a note number 4 also that has to come off. So both the reference to the pedestrian easement area and the note 4. And then we have to make a few edits to the map itself, right? To just,
Correct. Just to the bulk.
okay. So with that in mind, can we take action this evening, subject to, do you think? I think so. Okay, so we don't have to waive a public hearing, anything of that nature?
No.
Okay. So, I'll bring the resolution up, and then we'll have to figure out if we have to amend anything. All right. So this is the resolution of conditional approval for the lot line change between Connolly and Prems Riverwood. Close enough?
Close enough.
And Round Hill Realty LLC. James Connolly, well, the applicants have applied for approval of lot line change, allowing the relocation of lot line between two existing parcels to transfer .13 acres from an adjacent lot owned by Round Hill Realty. Lot line change will increase the size of applicant's property .43, decrease the size of Round Hill Realty LLC lot to 71.3, property involved. Front Street Interlochen, those are the tax parcel numbers. Zoning district, they're in the R.
So I had a blank in there for, it says the applicant's property is improved with single-family dwelling and accessory structures, and the Round Hill Realty LLC property is improved with, and I'll add in a stone wall and stone stairs.
Dock.
I don't
Oh, no,
think the
that's on the
dock is-
beach
yeah.
property. So I guess technically if the dock is on the beach and not on their land, but
I think we're getting into lake rights and
who owns Round Lake?
It's either the state or the town.
Is it the town of Monroe? So you guys have a dock on the town of Monroe land? You have to find out. All right, that's not something to deal with today, I guess. Okay. They're very tricky, I know. We're dealing with it in Carmel. All right, so property affected by resolution located in the RR1 and SR15 zoning district. Plans that have been submitted. Application was filed on March 28th, 2024. Lot line adjustments are type 2 actions under seeker regulations. No requirement for a public hearing. And there's no requirement for 239 GML referral. Planning board determines that this application proposes a relocation or revision of lot lines, intend to correct minor boundary problems, not intend to create a new lot, not result in creation of any new or additional building lots, et cetera, et cetera. So resolution of approval. And so A65-5 is the subdivision regulations. Lot line change, we're classifying it as a lot line change and approve the lot line application. And then our specific conditions, approval is subject to final engineering review of the map. Map shall not be signed until receipt of a letter from the planning board engineer certifying that all deficiencies in the memo of 16th April 2024 have been remedied. Applicant shall submit a properly executed owner's endorsement. Prior to the signing of the map, suitable monuments shall be placed at the block corners to the satisfaction of the planning board engineer. Map shall also be revised as follows. Revise the bulk table to include the applicable zoning requirements for the RR1. Delineate the boundaries of the RPO, RR1, and SR15 districts. Show topography of both parcels. And I'm just going to add and stream in vicinity of the lot. Just general location.
Just one, the topography of both parcels?
So the code requires the topography of the property to which the resulting land is to be added or deleted.
Okay.
So,
Just the
Just
parcel A, I believe.
no, I read that as the parcel to which it's being added and the parcel from which it's being deleted,
That would be that
right? It says,
.14, or the, whatever that is.
71 acres.
which the result,
So I would suggest you do lot 1, parcel A, and then maybe 100 feet around that. extended onto,
Okay.
so,
Seems reasonable.
yeah.
Yeah, show the topography.
Want to put your,
I don't even get to
Show
go
the
out anymore.
topography and stream in the vicinity of, what lot was that?
So they're going to show the topography of Lot A, Lot 1, Parcel A, and then
100
within,
feet.
and then on Lot, are we calling it Lot 2? Within 100 feet of Parcel A and Lot 1.
onto lot.
Yeah, onto Lot 2. Add map notes stating as follows: map reflects a lot line change amongst existing lots. No new lot is being created. No development or disturbance is being approved as part of this lot line change.
Or the addition you wanted about the stream, that's on lot,
Stream is on Lot 2, although it does continue on to Lot 1. But again, just show it generally.
We do show it on Lot 1.
On Lot 1,
and
okay.
with the culvert going towards Lot 2.
So, yeah, just show it, so when in that 100 feet, sort of generally, that's where you can show the stream. Label existing improvement structures on tax parcel 7140, show vehicular access to tax parcel 7140. I don't know if that's needed, because we know that they have multiple, do we need to show that?
I was gonna say to
We
delete
could
that one.
delete that one, okay. Add map notes stating as follows: map reflects a lot line change, oh, we just talked about that. No development disturbance being approved.
I also was gonna add in, so where we had taken out the show vehicular access, I've added in, remove the reference to a proposed easement area for pedestrian access, and remove note 4.
Something to that effect, at the words. Map will be filed with the Orange County Real Property Tax Service Agency and/or the Orange County Clerk. No deed may be recorded until the map is filed. And then you'll copy the planning board on those. Copy the planning board letter transmitting the deeds to Orange County Clerk. And then we have a series of general conditions that are standard to our resolutions. So, any discussion with regard to this resolution? Anything to add, anything to?
No.
No? Pat?
Pretty simple.
Okay.
No.
All right, so with that, I'll make a motion that we adopt the resolution of conditional approval for lot line change for Connolly and Premser and Round Hill Realty LLC, subject to the revisions we noted this evening. May I have a second?
Second.
Lou, good, that was quick, good.
Had to be
Noreen?
Pat.
Jeff Manson,
Aye.
Bonnie France,
Aye.
Pat Shea,
Aye.
Aye.
Carries, there's no nays, no abstentions, so motion carries. That's
Thank you.
approved, thank you.
Very much.
Have a good evening.
And you'll coordinate with Sean in terms of the revisions.
comments?
Yep.
Ashley will, when I sign it, we'll have that sent to you. Yeah.
If you need another one, I'll send. No, I only had the one. Or you could steal one of theirs.
All
Hey,
right.
can you email me the version you were working off of with your
Sure.
change too? Thank you.
Want it to go to Joel? Okay, I'll send it tomorrow. You're
Good
welcome.
evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
So, this is 173 Hilltop Road in Monroe. I'm going to attempt to say the names. Mahinya,
It's Mohini Peters and Sheikh Fayazuddin.
Fayazuddin. Fayazuddin, okay. And Mohini.
Correct.
All right, thank you. So why don't you give us an overview of what you're proposing?
Yeah, so we are trying to do an equal exchange of land between our property and,
Just
So
make
if you
sure
could
you're
just-
talking into the microphone.
Yeah, so that it's recorded and we can do minutes. Thank you.
there we go. We're just looking to do an equal exchange of land between us and our neighbors.
So this is another lot line adjustment?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, and 173 Hilltop?
Correct.
Okay. So it looks like, is this where the lot line adjustment is, where you see me with my pointer?
Further back.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's another area?
so we're-
Oh, and here somewhere?
Yes, in the back, and
Ready your cursor.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so this is going to come almost like straight across,
That's the old hard line is,
this one?
Correct.
Okay. And let me just also, Hilltop. there we
Hilltop
go.
Road.
Boom. I wasn't sure if it was one or two.
Yeah.
All right. So then it's involving this lot line in here?
Not as far back. Zoom in. And more. Well, yeah, the line stops where it comes, keep going. Right there in the center, back up.
Here?
Yeah, that's our lot, yeah,
So then it's coming in this way?
correct.
correct.
Okay. Where are you? World? Okay, over by Pine Tree. Okay. So Sean, comments?
sure. So the lots are located within the RR1 zoning district, and a portion is within the Ridgeline Preservation Overlay District. The plan should be updated to include bulk tables, specifically for the smaller lot, which their lot, to evaluate the change or changes to the bulk dimensions contemplated adjustment. Similarly, any easements and topography should be added to the plan so that we can evaluate the lot, the net lot area calculation. And then, maybe I missed it, but is the size of the parcel or parcels that are being conveyed to one another, are those noted on the plan somewhere?
They are, yeah. Oh, the total area?
Yeah, the area that,
I was looking for that earlier. It was on previous plans, but not on this one.
I just asked that that be added to
Total.
parcels.
So there aren't any easements.
Okay, and that's fine, I just am noting it, whether, if there are easements, that they be noted.
Okay.
I know there was one to the rear.
But that's between our lot and lot 2, and it's for lot 1 over lot 2.
Right, so I just wanted to make sure that there was no additional easements that needed to be noted on yours or the adjoiner.
So you'd like the plan to be updated to indicate that there are no easements?
Yeah, that would be helpful, just so that it's noted or checked that we looked at it for the lot area calculation.
Okay.
Otherwise, we, items for Ashley to go.
okay,
So similar to the last one, this is a type 2 action under seeker, and it does not require referral to the county or a public hearing if it's classified as a lot line change under your subdivision regulations. I just had a couple of comments, and I did prepare a draft resolution that incorporates these as well. So the first would be we need an owner's endorsement from the owner of the adjacent property, and Noreen could get you that form. So it's from the owner of the 179 Hilltop Road.
Okay.
that's the land that they're taking it from?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there's a mutual exchange here.
Right, okay.
The second would be to change the name of the map from minor subdivision map to lot line change map. And I think Sean had already mentioned zoning district. Up the resolution, we
Yeah, so we're gonna, before we get into the resolution, I think Ashley was gonna go through some of her comments in the resolution, but go ahead, Jeff.
So, it looks like you're giving up some of your road frontage to gain some additional area in the back. What's the benefit for for you and your neighbor in making this change?
Well, we're just looking for a little bit more square footage in the back so that we can straighten out the fence a bit. It's on an angle, just for aesthetics.
Okay, so that would allow you to relocate the fence
Correct.
to the bounds of that area better.
Correct.
Right, yeah, it does look kind of narrow off the edge of the
it is.
pool deck,
It is.
so.
So you're gonna move this fence over to the lot line?
Correct.
Okay.
Also, part of our old property was on his driveway.
If you could put it on the mic,
Oh, also part of our property is on his driveway too as well. So, his driveway was on our property, so
Yes.
it makes everything easier.
okay. Somewhere in here, the driveway is actually going onto your property?
Yeah, if you go to the left of the cursor, that's the driveway right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That's from
so
the
this is
previous owner,
something
though.
else, this is just riprap, okay. This doesn't look like a driveway the way it's shown, but,
That was it.
Questions?
No questions?
back to the resolution. So, nature of application. The applicants have applied for approval of a lot line change allowing the relocation of lot lines between two existing parcels to equally exchange .02 acres of land. Properties involved 64-1-1 and 24-1-53. And each parcel is improved with a single-family dwelling, is that accurate?
Correct.
Okay. And property affected by the resolution are located in the RR1 zoning district and the Ridgeline Protection Overlay District of the town of Monroe. And you submitted a complete application on January 3rd, and then a minor subdivision map, prepared by ClearPoint Surveying, 9/12/2023. Application filed on March 28th, 2024. This is a Type 2 exempt action under State Environmental Quality Review Act regulations. A public hearing is not required. This does not require referral under 239 of the GML, General Municipal Law. And sort of the same findings as we mentioned in the prior approval. And specific conditions. This approval is subject to final engineering review of the map. Map shall not be signed until receipt of a letter from the planning board engineer certifying that all deficiencies known as memo of 16th of April 2024 have been remedied and that he's found the map submitted for signature to be in proper order and in conformance with the resolution. Prior to the signing of the map, you'll submit a properly executed owner's endorsement from Yitzhak Mir Oliel authorizing the within application. Prior to the signing of map, suitable monuments shall be placed at block corners to the satisfaction of the block planning board engineer and the location thereof shown on the map. So, to be clear, so we're saying they have to install these monuments before I sign, or they have to show it on the map?
On the map, installed.
Okay, because this is reading prior to the sign, I just realized this, prior to the signing of the map, suitable monuments shall be placed at block corners to the satisfaction of the planning board engineer and the location thereof shown on the map. But you're saying, This is reading that they have to put it on the land, and then the map will reflect that. But I don't know what's required, if that was the intent.
Called after map is filed, part of, and
Okay. Well, how do we make sure they do
Wouldn't have
it?
yeah, you wouldn't have a CO. So I think that,
Do they need, but they're already occupied, so they don't need a
I
CO,
think
do
this
they?
is the only way to ensure that happens is by tying it to the map. So the monuments are installed, added to the map.
So the monuments are installed first and then added to the map? Okay. Do you understand?
So the survey has to be updated with those
So,
items.
but you actually have to install monuments to show where the new property lines are, and then show it on the map where they've been installed, and then I sign the map.
Okay.
So then there's no confusion later on whose property is where. And that's the case with the other one then, too. So they should be made clear when you talk to them.
Sure.
And when you say monuments, you mean like staking the...
Yeah, like a rod, or usually the surveyor puts a rod in just to show where.
No, it's not existing because...
Because it's a new,
When we installed the pool, it was for the current lot lines.
so in
To
other
reflect the
words,
change.
yeah, somewhere, especially here, you would want to put a monument.
At the road corner.
Okay.
And then here,
So 2,
yeah.
okay, because the price is per.
You guys can split it?
We'll try.
There's a chain bounds on that line.
Right in here.
In my opinion, it should,
Yeah, it's a very odd shape. It's, it comes in, then it goes back out.
It's kind of too bad they couldn't have just done a straight in somehow.
yes,
We're very limited.
I'm sure it was very difficult to find the exact amount of area because of how far that line went out along the road.
Right, to be able to, and even this one's, looks like it has a change.
Yes,
That was
Right?
that was the
the initial.
That's existing.
Yeah, so even that has a little slight odd jog in it too. So, all right, where was I? Identify the record owner of 6411, include a bulk table for the applicable RR1 district requirements, delineate the boundaries of the RPO district, show the topography of both parcels. So are we only talking about the one parcel that we're going to need to show the topography, not both?
I think to be 100 feet, 2 lot, larger lot.
Okay. So show the topography of parcel, which was it? 64,124?
24,
Oh.
150.
24,153. So show topography of parcel 6411 and 100 feet there from onto 24,1-53. Okay. Add map notes stating as follows, and same language as before. This is a lot line change, no new lots being created, no development or disturbance is proposed. Property is located with the Ridgeline Protection Overlay District, and so any future construction requires approval. Map must be filed with Orange County Real Property Tax Service and the Orange County Clerk, and no deed may be recorded until such map is filed. You'll file a copy of the planning board. Applicant shall copy the planning board on its letter transmitting the deeds to the Orange County Clerk. I want to add something to the map. Under F, I guess it'll be G. change the word chairman to chairperson. So it has the map block, which should at this point, yeah, the signature block should say chairperson. It's old-fashioned. It's even better, but chairperson's okay. I'll go with that. And then there are the standard general conditions. So with that, I'll make a motion that we adopt the resolution of conditional approval on lot line change for Peters and Fayezudin and Oliel, subject to the revisions discussed this evening. May I have a second?
Second.
Noreen?
Rivera,
Aye.
Pat Shea,
Aye.
Bonnie Franson,
Aye.
Jeff Manson.
Aye.
There are no nays, no abstentions, motion carries. The lot line change is approved, and you'll just need to straighten out the maps. Okay? And you can coordinate, or your surveyor can coordinate with our engineer.
Thank you.
All right? Thank you.
Have a pleasant night.
You too. Are you new homeowners? Are you new homeowners? Oh, okay. Great.
Comment letters. I'll send you a copy of the. Okay? There.
Thank you. Anything we need to address? Otherwise, we think we have minutes. Okay, all right. So didn't we approve some of these minutes?
Yes, I forgot to change I didn't notice it until I was coming up here tonight. And the 19th didn't go to Jeff because I hit refresh, and it deleted my minutes. So I have board docs trying to get them back.
Okay, so let's just skip March, and we'll do March next month.
Yeah, that's all we have.
Okay.
You didn't send me changes for the other one.
All right, but then we want April
Yep.
1st workshop.
Yep.
All right, and we did approve the
I'm putting
others.
a battery on, something over that refresh button.
Okay,
I lost everything. I was like, almost,
Hate it when that happens.
I was almost in tears.
all right. With that, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions, any nays? Motion carries, meeting adjourned. Thank you all.